Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, and thanks for joining me. Activating the limbic effect. What actually is the limbic brain? We talk about it all the time. We talk about the power of it, but what actually is it, and what does it do when you limbic your business? Let me share my screen and go through and just do a quick little rundown of the power of when you limbic your business. So I truly believe that every consulting business should deliver more wow, I didn't expect that to happen moments in their business. They should be more remarkable, because the more remarkable you are, the easier it is to be profitable and therefore impactful. See, when you create these wow, I didn't expect that to happen moments that evoke positive emotions, that help you form deep emotional bonds, in turn, they create loyalty. They create trust, and they create hundreds of walking, talking, ranting, raving advocates for your business. It's all about activating the limbic effect. So let me share with you just two parts of the brain. And they're the only two parts that really matter to us right now in growing our business. You've got the cortex brain, which is logical, analytical, rational, understands language. You see, we live in the cortex part of the brain the majority of the time. We have to as business owners. It's how we believe we're making decisions. We're not, but it's the words that we use to ourselves that then makes us feel that that was the decision that we've made. So you've got the cortex brain that needs you to be logical and analytical. It comprehends language. So therefore, when people talk about the what, it understands that really easily. Then you've got the limbic brain. The limbic brain actually makes all the decisions in your life. It controls all human behavior. It is only feeling based, and it does not understand language. So the words I'm saying right now, your limbic brain does not actually comprehend it. You have a feeling of, this person might know what they're talking about. This is an absolute moron, whatever the feeling is. And you quickly go over to the cortex brain and it rationalizes it and it puts language around it. But you actually aren't making any decision whatsoever. No human behavior is being controlled in the cortex brain. So when you get to limbic your business, as we talk about and as we do, the ability to build loyalty, trust, influence, deep emotional bonds is at a whole different level. So there's another thing that I want to be able to share that makes this so important. And it's about how we are hardwired. You see, it was probably a good 3 years ago where a whole bunch of stuff happened in my life, and I went down all these different little rabbit holes of neuroscience and human biology and primal attraction and primal instincts and how we are hardwired for things. And as much as we love to think we're unique and different, we're not. Right? Our brain is hardwired, and you can get absolutely any single person to do any single thing that you would like. And that's why this is so powerful and can only ever be used for good. So you've got two parts of the brain, the survival mode part, and that's how we are hardwired. We're hardwired to survive. It's our hunter instincts in us. It's why our brain was first created back in caveman women days, to be able to find food, to be able to have shelter, to be able to reproduce, to be able to have protection. It was complete survival mode. So I get why people do spam messages, why people do door knocking, why people do cold email, why people constantly are, here's my business card, buy from me. It's how we are hardwired. It is the survival mode that we are in. But it's all very transactional. And the other part of our brain, the thrive mode part of the brain, what I call the farmer part of the brain, actually is the other part that we need. We need connection. We come from tribes. We come from families. We need a sense of belonging. So you've got these two parts of the brain that are constantly sort of going at each other. But from a business point of view, the majority of business owners, they exist in the cortex brain and in survival mode. And therefore, it's really hard for them to be able to do the things that I'm about to talk about now. Because to grow your business as fast as you possibly want, it's got nothing to do with the marketing channels you're using, whether you're using Facebook ads or Google pay-per-click or running webinars or getting referrals or going to networking events. Like, that's like 1/1000th of the equation. Growing a business comes down to how well do you establish and keep relationships with your prospects, with your audience, with your clients, with your team, with your contractors, with referral sources, with partnerships. Everything is relationships. And the better you can keep relationships, the faster you're going to grow your business. It's just simply that easy. So I want to be able to share with you this. Above the top of the iceberg, we have what I sort of call the logical, rationale brain, the cortex part of the brain. And that logical, rationale part of the brain, it allows us to survive. So therefore, the question that most people up here ask is simply, how do I grow my business? Do I need a coach? Do I need a consultant? What is the activity that I need to do, or what is it do I need to learn? They're all the things that take place up there in the cortex part of the brain. They're all the sorts of questions that we're asking ourselves. So what that ends up keeping us in, or what that ends up doing, is it keeps us in what I call a do perspective. I'm sure you've heard before the do, be, have. And it's not do, be, have. It's be, do, have. Doing the right things won't get you the have part of what you want. Doing is what I call a what focus. And up there above the brain is where the majority of people operate. So the majority of business owners are up here in the logical cortex part of the brain. And that's why fast tracking business growth is so difficult. So then let's just come just underneath the layer of the iceberg. And we end up under here becoming a little bit more why focused. We start getting into the be. Who do I need to be? And we might end up starting to go, great, I need to learn certain things. Or what do I need to change? And in terms of the brain, we've got a bit of a mixture going on just underneath. We've got some cortex that we live in the majority of the time. We've got a little bit of limbic. We've got some thrive, but we end up going back with our fears and our roadblocks into scarcity. So there's a real mixture of everything going on just underneath that iceberg. So we tend to do things such as niceties. I hear people all the time go, oh yeah, to accelerate connection and growth and loyalty and trust, I send out cards, or I send out gifts, or I send nice messages. I'm really connection focused. And that's great. But in the end, all you do is just create a nice little feeling. People here are really good at having streamlined systems. But again, as you can now tell, it's all very cortex survival orientated. But there's a bit of a mixture. It's definitely better than where we were before. So I want to be able to share with you how you actually start to get back into the limbic part of your brain. Because when you can operate from there, your business, you are going to change the way you market. You're going to change the way that you nurture. You're going to change the language that you use. You're going to change the way that you create experiences in your business. See, this is about, when I look at this bottom level, it's about becoming completely different. It's about becoming remarkable. It's about becoming inspirational. And then that leads to you becoming profitable. So when we look at that, it's about down here going, how do I create deep emotional bonds? It's about going, how do I accelerate the trust, the loyalty, and the influence? It's about how do we create remarkable experiences, not just good experiences. And so many people go, oh yeah, I've got really good or really great or even what they call remarkable experiences. It's not even close. And I know it's not close because I know what part of the brain you're using. And if you use words to tell me you've got a great or remarkable experience, it ain't. Because it's the wrong part of the brain. See, down here, when we're using the limbic part of the brain, it becomes a way of life. There's a couple of little things that I say. Up here, it's very much about transaction thinking. We're down here in this green zone, down here where we want to be, down here which allows us to be able to grow our business so fast. That's very much around what I call transformational thinking. And it's a completely different way of being able to operate your business. It's a completely different way of being able to build the bonds that you need. And whether they happen to be bonds with your referral partners, bonds with your networks, bonds at your networking event, bonds with your audience, the bonds you need to create through your ads that you're running, the way you nurture your CRM, your email list, your database, the way you are in partnerships, how you get onto podcasts, webinars, get to speak for other people. Like there's so many different things that this limbic brain will improve and fast track your business growth. So let me just share a few of these things. When you activate your limbic brain, you drastically skyrocket your marketing. You'll build deeper trust and loyalty with prospects. You'll create deep emotional bonds with your clients to a level beyond amazing. You'll take client retention to a whole new level, levels that you just didn't even think were possible. You'll transform your content to be engaging and heartfelt, creating engagement and relationships like never before. Your communication, your emails, your documents, your processes, your scripts, your workflows, they'll all start to evoke positive brain chemicals. And we all need brain chemicals every single day. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin are flooding through our body. And we have the ability to be able to create them, influence them, and ensure that people become attached to us. You'll get a surge in the number of referrals, ambassadors that want to be walking, talking, ranting, raving billboards for your business. You'll have people sharing how remarkable your business and the experience they had with you is. So if you're ready to activate your limbic brain, just reach out. I'm more than happy even just to look at one part. Just give me one thing, an email signature, a way that you do a particular process, one piece of marketing, how you nurture. Give me one little thing. I can guarantee it, I'll make it more wow than it is right now. Because we should all be creating, wow, I didn't expect that to happen moments. Look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.